In problem 9, we're going to be examining characteristics of exponential functions. We're asked to complete the table below for each of the functions, draw our graph by hand first, then confirm using our calculator and using this window here. So I'm going to start with f of x. F of x equals 150 times 1.25 to the x. So the first thing I notice is because of the value 1.25, this is going to be an increasing exponential. So I can actually go down to the very bottom of my table here because I already know that this is an increasing exponential function just because of the b value. And the initial value is 150. That is this value right here. The base is 1.25. So that's the stuff I can read just from the function itself. So here is a graphing grid, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a graph of this function. Very rough sketch here. The domain for this function is going to be all real numbers. I can also write that as negative infinity to infinity as an interval. The range for this function is going to be all values f of x strictly greater than 0. And I can also write that as 0 to infinity if I want to use interval notation. So we can see from the graph that this direction, the graph's going to get closer and closer and closer to the x-axis, but is never actually going to intersect the x-axis. That's why the outputs are greater than 0. If we intersected the x-axis, it would be greater than or equal to 0. The horizontal intercept, we are again looking for a place where the graph crosses the x-axis, and it does not. So the horizontal intercept is a DNE. The vertical intercept is this ordered pair right here, which is 0, initial value. So we know that's 0, 150. I can rewrite that down here. 0, 150. The horizontal asymptote is the guideline for the function, which is this axis right here. And that is the line y equals 0. So there's all of our information for the first column. Go ahead and check this graph on your calculator using the window here. This is x min, x max, y min, and y max. Those are your window values. I also recommend that you pause the video and complete the second part of the table here and check your answers when you restart the video. As you can see by the values in this last column, our function, even though our function is different, a lot of our values are the same. Our initial value is the same, our domain is the same, our range is the same, horizontal and vertical intercepts are the same, as is the horizontal asymptote. The main difference is that g of x is a decreasing exponential function, and the base is 0.75 instead of 1.25. So make sure that your answers correspond to what's given in the table here. Also, verify this graph on your calculator using the same window that was used for f of x.